Hello, my name is Ashlyn Hanks, and welcome to What's Brewing. Today we sit down with Miss Stacey Judice of Community Chronicles for part two of her interview. But first, let's roll that beautiful B-roll. All right, welcome back.
Hello.
So for those that may not know, who are you and what do you do?
So Stacey Judice, and I'm the owner of Community Chronicles.
And tell us a little bit about your company.
So Community Chronicles is a positive publication. We first started in Carencro, but eventually we were able to branch out to Sunset, Grand Coteau, South St. Landry Parish, and Upper Lafayette Parish is the areas
So
that we
you
cover.
everywhere.
Everywhere that really doesn't have a voice in print. That was our goal, is to give everyone who felt like they didn't have a voice in print a voice.
That's very unique. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us a little bit about your company.
So we tell positive stories, and we connect towns to towns, cities to cities, and people to people. So we tell stories on nonprofits. We tell stories on human interest stories, stories on missionaries. We tell stories. We tell all kinds of stories. But it's people say we're telling a story in Scott. Well, people in Sunset are reading that story in Scott and finding out what's going on, and vice versa. We didn't want the towns or the cities hoarding their stories. We wanted to be able to share them.
And what products and services do you offer?
So how it works is advertisers pay for our paper. So anyone could go in any of these areas in Upper Lafayette and South St. Landry Parish where we deliver and pick it up for free. So your advertisers are actually providing positive news.
That's amazing. I love that, because you could stop in any little store and
pick it up, go home, and have the best read you'll have.
Well, let's take a moment to hear from our sponsor.
Are you interested in new customers? Trust Acadiana has been connecting businesses with new customers and clients for over 15 years. We help local business owners trade what they have for what they need. Trust Acadiana is powered by over 500 businesses in Acadiana and thousands in our participating networks. That's the Trust Acadiana competitive advantage. Could your business need a jump in 2025? Visit trustacadiana.com to learn about the power of trade and how Trust Acadiana can help your business grow.
Welcome back to What's Brewing. My name is Ashlyn Hanks, and I'm here with Miss Stacey Judice with Community Chronicles for part two of her interview. Okay, so do you offer your services locally or where?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're offered anywhere from, like I said, Upper Lafayette to South St. Landry Parish. We offer, you can call us with stories now. Every now and then we'll branch out. Like, let's say for October, as you're working on that right now, we have a pumpkin patch in Burr Bridge and a pumpkin patch in Ville Platte. Well, that is close enough for our readers to jump, parish lines, right, city lines, and to go to. So we're offering that as a fun family event, two options that they could go to. So every now and then we'll cover other areas, but pretty much it's stuck to, Washington, Opelousas, Sunset, Grand Coteau, Carencro, North Lafayette, downtown area of Lafayette, Scott, and Dusau.
And why did you choose Carencro?
I always say Carencro chose me. So before I ever started writing for Carencro, I was one of the Carencro National Day of Prayer planners. And because I served my community well, they trusted me. I always give businesses the idea, if you're gonna come into a city or a town, you serve that town, because they will trust you, they will bless you, they will honor you, they will bring business to you. So Carencro chose me.
Right, yeah. That's amazing. So what has the community had to say about you? Like, what's the best thing that you've heard as feedback?
Okay, so I'm gonna give you 3 different stories. So I always say, like I told you, Community Chronicles is connector. We're connecting the towns to the towns, cities to cities, people to people. And so we had a story that I worked on it was one of my first stories probably I ever wrote. And it was a missionary from Africa. And he was sending a big container ship overseas for school supplies. And I did the story was published. Well, the person who was paying for the container backed out. $20,000 backed out. And he was ready to go. And because of our story, a small church invited him to come speak. And he was like, God, really? This is where I'm going to speak the day before I need to send this container ship. Well, they had read our story, invited him to come speak. He goes and speaks, and he's just trusting Jesus. Well, he knocks on my door a year later, and he says, I have to tell you the rest of the story. He said, they backed out. Your story brought me to a church where they paid the exact amount. They gave me a check
Oh, wow.
for the exact amount to have that container shipped. So we were a connector. And that's what I want all of our stories to be. It's what I pray for our stories to be. Another one I'm going to tell you about is in the Netherlands, there is a cemetery for United States soldiers who died in World War II. And I had an email come in from the Netherlands, and it was a man, and he was a caretaker for this certain grave for a man, Mr. Weston Roger, in Carencro. And he was wondering if I could connect him and the family together, and I did. I was able to connect him and his daughter and his sister and a few family members all together, and they still to this day keep in contact. So that is what we do, we connect people.
Well, I love that. And I've loved being able to hear about your story. And that's it for this interview. So thank you so much for coming by and sharing a little bit about who you are.
Well, thank you for having me, Ashley.
Thanks for watching today. If you like this content, don't forget to click the like button, crush the subscribe button, and ring the notification bell to stay up to date on all the content we produce. I'm your host, Ashlyn Hanks, and we'll see you in the next one.